With 9 seconds left, we are going to be headed straight into Undergrowth for the first map against Zero Ground and Arasia for the first round as well. And man,
Four,
it's good to see some
three,
familiar faces.
two,
Safo is one of my
one.
favorites, I gotta say, honestly. But hey, how about you take us away for the first sight?
For sure. And it's going to be Safo playing a little bit back here, trying to play to his range, trying to spot anyone coming from mid. He's not going to get any value, but it's going to be Logic starting it off with a double kill to help retake this site in the beginning. A triple kill, excuse me, finding that last kill on Safo, who came in a little bit late. Wappa standing behind the boxes by Connector is going to try and find elimination. He's only going to find his own head rolling on the ground by a double kill from Safo to help retake this point. And right now, it's 3 members of Arasia trying to tie this up for the first 30 seconds of Undergrowth A here. Safo's going to peek out from Connector, is going to find an unaware Twix, and the kill feed is all yellow right now. Arasia absolutely lighting it up, not letting Zero Ground get close. Undergrowth A, a very TDM type map. It's really hard to hold that site on the site itself and maintain a lead. And so that's why we're seeing all these team members really go out of the way to find these eliminations outside of sight. Logic finding the kill on Swexy outside of sight. Twix is going to peek on in, but it's going to find his demise. A huge triple kill on the site. But Wappa and Jameems are there to respond of their own, not letting him find the fourth. It's going to flip over to B. It might as well be even a 100-point lead here for Arasia. Let's see how they take it.
And it is going to be Arasia with the first approach onto the site here. And they are going to be waiting and baiting for a response coming from Zero Ground here. But Safo taking the first peek, but this actually might be beautiful come from the SMG player coming from Arasia. And another push coming through. Swexy's also going to be on the flank, and he's still going to be playing around this. He's going to find one Jameems with the trade, though, but Swexy also coming through with the trade of his own. But Logic also capitalizing on top of that. He's going to be on the site, also getting a kill onto Swexy as well. 27 seconds left. Another push going to be coming through here, and Logic putting down some damage. Swexy has to turn around in this situation right here. Logic going to be very low on HP, but Twix is going to be helping his team out, but Logic continuing to get these kills down. He's going to be getting those headshots through and through and through, and Safo is going to be taken down by Logic, but Twix is going to be there to save the day as well. But Swexy, unfortunately, does take the cape off of Twix Slays there. As the final few seconds here are going to be ticking away here. Logic still trying to do some damage at the end, but Arasia is going to be ahead in points as we are headed into Temple.
For sure, and that 100-point lead that Arasia took into Undergrowth B is going to be taken into Undergrowth C as well, staying mostly even in that last site. Twix trying to put up a fight is going to get taken out by the likes of Swexy. Wappa's going to respond with a kill of his own, and Flossie coming in huge with a double kill on that FAMAS. So much damage from that FAMAS, especially if you're able to hit those one bursts. It's such an important gun for this comp right now. Logic playing off-site is going to find Swexy before he can make it back to point, and might find Safo, but is a crazy flick by Safo is able to take him out and keep Arasia on the site, at least for now. Safo with some pretty interesting positioning, putting himself on top of the pillar. Jamee's with a very early kill on Floxy, though this could be bad here for Arasia, but an absolute stomp by them. All 4 eliminations with only 1 casualty. Twix finds Swexy early, though, on this next push. 10 seconds are remaining. Zero Ground's trying to battle for these last few points, trying to deny Arasia any sort of presence on C at all, and it's going to be Zero Ground stacking on the new site as well, hopefully trying to catch a win here in this first round of Undergrowth.
And now it's going to be Wap on the site. He's going to try to do some damage onto Safo here while he's still low, but Safo continues to capitalize off of that. He's going to find 1 kill, but also he's going to be in 1 HP in the process as well. 43 seconds left. Zero Grind have to go for a desperate push coming through here, but they're already ready for that there, and they're going to be taking it down. Safo does find Wap at the end, though, and now the spawns are going to be coming in through Arasia. And now Safo and SMG coming from Arasia is going to be on the site as well. And with 25 seconds left, they're still holding strong. They're actually going out of their way to capitalize off of the pushes that they're actually pushing through. And that's actually a different approach coming from Arasia, and that actually helps them for the last point here. Usually you want to stay on the point and just wait for a response, but they actually go out of their way to actually take the fight first. But at the end, there's Zero Ground. It's going to finally get on the site there, but it's going to be a little bit too late as the time is ticking down, and Zero Ground is going to be defeated by Arasia for the first round.
Yeah, very interesting. I think, like you were saying about that sort of offensive defense that Arasia was putting up, Undergrowth D is a really interesting wall site. A lot of different spots that you can rat in off-site. The pillars behind the site are really, really strong. The tree that's opposite to the site is something that you're always going to see a player in, because setting up those crossfires is critical when you have a game like Krunker with the time to kill so low. But we are going to be taking a trip into round 2 here. Let's see if Zero Ground can battle it back, or if it's going to be Arasia taking a swift 1-0 lead in maps. Go ahead, Dojin.
And now we're going to be at the first site here. Logic still doing some damage, so Swexy is going to be taking Logic down. And the first site is still going to be up for grabs here. Cold is going to be on the site, waiting for a response coming through here. He's going to find the response that he needs, but it's not going to be enough in his willpower to actually win that through. Jameems is going to be getting the kill onto Cold, and Zero Ground is going to be on the site. And Jameem still continuing to do some damage here, but Flossie is waiting for an approach coming through once again. And that's going to really be about it for that point there once again. And it's going to be Twix and Wappa both on the site, but the rotates are happening once again from Zero Ground. And Safo trying to do some damage, only finds one, can't find another one. Cold finds one for himself, and Sweaty also gets another one onto Logic as well. And Arasia once again back on the point here with 9 seconds left on the clock. They're still holding strong here. Nothing really happening for Zero Ground here. I think they might actually go for the rotator. Jameem's trying to go for a little bit of a distraction here. He does find one before he's ultimately traded out. And the next point is actually going to be up for grabs, and Swexy finding two.
Yeah, and it's a completely different script so far at this point right now. Arasia was up by 100 points, but now it's pretty much a tie game. Arasia is going to sit on this point and going to find that very starting kill on Jameem. It's a full 4-man wipe. Cold finding two, Safo finding two to keep the point in their hands, growing their lead ever larger. It's on Zero Ground's means now to retake the site and keep themselves in the game. They can't really afford to lose another fight. Flossie with a huge triple kill. All heads, let them roll to keep their team in the lead. Swexy playing off site right now on the LMG, trying to keep up this momentum, not letting Zero Ground retake and regain their composure, trying to keep them ahead. Playing very aggressively right now. Cold's gonna rotate around, is gonna get bodied by Logic here, but the damage has already been done. It's a huge 400, near 500 point lead right now for Arasia, as we're going to be taking a trip over to Temple. A whole lot of trades going out. Cold finding a double, Wappa finding a single, but the story is now on C. Can Zero Ground battle this back?
Now it's going to be Twix slays Logic and Wappa finally going to be on the site, and Zero Ground is finally trying to hold their ground on Temple here. And another push is going to be coming through. Cold trying to do some damage. He's going to find the collateral on the 3K onto the site. Arasia is back into the game and back on the site once again. 38 seconds left on Arasia. That was just huge coming from Cold there. And now the site is still going to be under Arasia's influence here. And Flossie continuing to put some damage down. My goodness. Who would have thought this would have happened? Arasia is going to be winning the second round out. Hopefully, at least. And with 20 seconds left, Zero Ground still have to make a desperate approach coming to the site here. Flossie still continue to get these kills down, and Safo finding a 2K. And everyone from Arasia is putting down so much work onto the site here with 9 seconds left. It looks all but over for the third site here. Zero Ground have to make haste to the last point to make anything work out of this. The last point is going to be their only hope of winning the second round here.
For sure. I think it is mathematically possible for Zero Ground to come back, but look how aggressive Arasia is playing. Look at where their defenders are all playing off-site for the large part of it, and it's paying dividends for him. Jameems is able to find the knife on Safo, but he is going to get bodied by Cold, finding that headshot to take him out of the game. Arasia with a huge lead. It is Zero Ground on the site. This is what they need. Jameems is going to play off-site, trying to draw some attention. Is going to find a very nice starting kill on Cold, but Safo and Flossie that are each finding kills. Logic with a huge triple kill to keep his team in the game. Absolutely massive, but they don't exactly secure the spawn point. Safo's back though. Logic is stopping. Logic, what are you doing? Another triple. Swexy is able to find Logic, finally putting him in the dirt and keeping his team on the site for the first time. This point, 15 seconds are left, and it's gonna look like Logic's work is going away, all for nothing here on Undergrowth, as Arasia in these last 5 seconds are going to take round 2, a swift 2-0 victory on Undergrowth. Oh my goodness, Logic. They're taking a trip to Sandstorm now, a map absolutely dominated by its long-range engagements. I mean, you have that long sight line from defending from C, from like if you're defending main, you have what is actually called long, that line in between B and D. The line of backyard isn't too short itself. I mean, these are some really long engagements that teams that play very close struggle to sort of get ahead on. And so maybe this is the sort of foothold map advantage that Zero Ground needs to sort of take a lead here. But we are going to start on A. Dojin, lead us off.
Leading us off, I will. And Zero Ground is going to be taking the first approach there. And it's going to be Cold left in a dire situation. They're getting a 3K on the end there. My goodness, this man with the SMG, it's kind of hard to counter at this point. And Logic's also going to be taken aback once again. And Cold is doing a lot of work there, but finally going to be taken out by Twix Slays. It's going to be Zero Ground all over the site. Safo finding one, but instantly falling off. Logic going to be finding the trade on the gist of time, though. But Flossie and Cold both have to push in together here. He's going to find one, almost finds a second onto Wappa. Wappa is going to be 3 HP on the site. 25 seconds left, and Zero Ground have been holding their ground on the site here. And they've been doing very well in doing so. And Arasia struggling to even keep up with the pace that Zero Ground has been putting down so far. And Wappa almost making it work, but Twix coming through with the trade. And Zero Ground, definitely a different change of pace than we've seen before. And they're already doing a great job at keeping it alive for Sandstorm here. But Cold jumping over the wall there, finding one, but can't find another one as we are going into the second point.
An incredible job by Zero Ground. Sandstorm A is a very difficult point to start to get a lead on, but Zero Ground doing a phenomenal job to start this next point off with a 300-point lead. It is going to be Arasia having the site first, but Jameem's by the skin of his teeth finding a triple kill with 1 HP left. Nothing left to spare is going to help retake this site for his team. Safo and Cold trying to fire off by long. They are going to find 1 or 2 kills, but it's not going to be enough to help retake the site. Safo does come from main, is going to find that last elimination on Wappa, eating him up like he's Pac-Man. Kill him before he can even get started. Logic and Jameem's very, very low by long. Swexy putting down immense pressure. Wappa's going to peek out, try to give Jameem's a little bit of space to push in, but he's going to be immediately eliminated. Wappa's going to find the kill on Cold, but Flossie is going to trade him out with the FAMAS. Logic and Twix over from main are going to be pushing in very aggressively here. Twix peeking out from long isn't going to find too much value. Jameem's finding that last elimination on Safo is what's going to cap off this fight. A 100-point lead here for Zero Ground as we take a trip over to one of the most important sites, Sandstorm C.
And now this is double walls, and this is one of the most important sites in the map currently. And the exchange actually have been won by Arasia. And this is a really good start for them. They're already ahead by a lot of points now. With 40 seconds left, they still have to hold on to this. Wappa taking the first approach here. He's going to be taken down. Jameem's also trying to take a nice approach as well. But Cold, he's going to be left to the task with the 1v2, but can't really find anything. Swexy's going to find one. Can he find a second? And he does. Lots are going to be taken down. And Safo also going for the rotate as well. Jameem's is going to be overflown by Flossie and Cold, but he is still going to be taken down at the end. And now Arasia, once again, is going to be on the site. And Twix Slice just spot out one, but Cold jumping off the walls there. Flossie finding one. Safo also finding another one. And Flossie coming through with the 3K and make that a 4 kill streak as well. He's still remaining on the site and continue to stay alive for his team here with 9 seconds left. Arasia had just flipped the tables on Zero Ground. My goodness, what just happened in these few seconds? This was a dire situation for Arasia to win out, and they did exactly that. And this last point is going to be extremely difficult to capitalize off of.
Yeah, I mean, you could write essays about how important Sandstorm C is. And it really just fell in the hands there of Arasia doing a phenomenal job defending it. Now, Zero Ground has the monumental task of mounting a comeback here on one of the hardest sites to mount a comeback on, Sandstorm D. Cold and Swexy each finding kills of their own. Safo says, I want a piece as well, finding Jameem's. Twix is going to find that kill on Swexy, preventing him from getting anything more. But notice how none of the members of Arasia are playing on site. This is why Sandstorm C is so difficult to push into, because there's so many spots to rat and find value. Wappa finding a double kill, capping it off on Safo to get a retake, but they're still 600 points behind, and there's only 15 seconds left. They need a monumental effort to come back from this, but they're all stacking, but Twix is low. Oh, the wall! Safo tries to make something happen, but Wappa stops him. It might be a comeback, 300 points. Oh my gosh, Cole finds 1 kill, but Logic is on a roll. 3 seconds left. They're down by only 200 points, but they're stepping off at the site. Oh, so
they
close.
Almost made that work. Oh my god, Arasia was choking a little bit there. They actually got a little nervous towards the end there, and Zero God definitely could have made it work. But at the end, it was just a matter of time, and they could not hold it down for it long enough. But my goodness, Arasia just choking a little bit there, and this actually might be a little bit of a foreshadow going to the second round here. Can Arasia keep up the pace? Because Zero Ground is ahead in kills, but Arasia is ahead in points. Take us away for the first one of the second round. Can Zero Ground do it?
Yeah, incredible momentum coming into this first site here by Zero Ground. I mean, Sandstorm D is just so hard to mount any sort of comeback on, and they did a phenomenal job doing it. Twix is going to start it off with a single kill. Is going to get traded out by Flossie, though. Logic finding the headshot on Cold, paired up with his teammates Jameem's and Twix, each finding their own one pieces as well. Flossie isn't going to take that sitting down. Is going to find a double kill on that FAMAS, but is going to get put down into the earth by Zero Ground. Zero Ground having this first sort of real take on this first A site here. Very similar to what we were seeing in this past round here, where Zero Ground was leading after A. Spikes is going to be pushing in from backyard and take out Logic before he can even react. Twix is going to take out Flossie, but it's going to be Cold and Safo really wrapping up this point, allowing their team to rotate back in and start to mount a little bit of a comeback, trying to at least even it up. Logic with a huge double kill is going to get stopped by Safo, but really putting up a fight, just trying to prevent Arasia as much as possible from evening this up, trying to keep their lead going as long as they can to sort of at least make it easier to take on C. Huge kill by Logic.
Logic continue to put this damage down, and he still connects all the kills here. And Seifo's gonna be taken down as well, but Cold coming through with the trade there. Jamee's also gonna be taken down by Cold. He's gonna find a 2K, but he has to find another one. Wappa also gonna be taken down, and Twix is gonna be the only one at long there, but Swexy is gonna be capitalizing off of that, but Logic is gonna be on the flank of Jameez as well, and the pushes are gonna be coming through once again for Jameez and Logic, and the site is gonna be open. It's gonna be barren, but the site is gonna be pushed towards here, and Zero Ground is gonna be on the site here, but the overwhelming push coming from Arasia so far. Swexy's gonna be on the side. Twix finding one, can't find another one, actually finding two at the process there, but Cold also finding two in the process as well. 23 seconds left once again. Logic is gonna be coming from elbow here, and Swexy actually going out of his way to find something. He's gonna find one, but Wappa instantly with the trade as well. Cold and Safe are gonna be the only two on the side. Make that one. Safe on a 1v1 situation here. Can he win it out? He's gonna be a 1 HP, and he still makes it win. He still wins it out there, but Jameem's also going for the push as well, and Flossie also finding two in the process as well. And with 5 seconds left, Arasia still continuing to keep this close between Zero Ground and Zero Ground versus them. And now we're gonna be at the third point, the most crucial one out of them all.
Yeah, and the timelines have already differed. It's Arasia starting with the lead here on this new site, but it is Zero Ground having this first defense. Logic starting off with the kill on Seipo. Cold going in absolutely crazy with a triple kill. It is going to get stopped by Jameem, finding a double kill on the FAMAS. So much damage on that FAMAS. If the FAMAS is not finding value, your team isn't going to be finding value. Seipo's going to be peeking around. Everyone is in that right-hand corner. It's going to be absolutely kill central for Seipo, finding so much value. He pulls out the deagle. The sidearm comes out. Such crazy behavior, really turning up the pressure. Arasia trying to maintain this lead as much as possible, but Zero Ground is doing a phenomenal job to at least try to keep it even. Logic and Jameem's really pushing on in, holding double walls tight right now. Zero Ground with a 100-point lead here in these last 10 seconds. It's going to be Cold pushing in early here, fighting Jameem's. Twix and Logic each trying to kills of their own, but Cold finds a triple kill. Wappa's finally going to stop him, taking that SMG mirror match to keep their team at least a little bit in the lead going into the Sandstorm deep point. Can Zero Ground keep up this pressure?
Arasia have to stand on this last point for as long as they can, and Logic still doing some damage down, but Flossie is going to be in backside. They don't have actually any time to stack now, but this is a golden opportunity to go and do so. Logic and Jameez both pushing up from elbow here and from ramp. And Logic's still trying to do some damage, but does choke a little bit of his shots here. And Arasia have caught up now. Wappa trying to go for a pick here, but it's going to be Cold doing some damage still. And with 31 seconds left, they're still going to be all over the site. All they have to do is stay alive now. They can't let anything happen here. Logic trying to do some damage here. Cole's going to find one. Can't find another one. Wappa with the trade. And Swexy's going to be on the flank as well. Wappa going to be taken down. And Logic going to be at 1 HP as well. Seifo still doing some damage. Jamee's going for the push as well. Seifo doing some damage. And 2K for him. And they just swapped. They just flipped the tables once again out of Zero Ground. They just flipped everything out of them. They just sweep the mat right off their feet. And Arasia winning against Zero Ground in a 2-0 victory. Zero Ground taking it. I mean, Arasia taking it at the end there, and Zero Ground is going to be going to the lowest bracket as Arasia has finally emerged and won the round 2 in a 2-0 victory, as we are going to be seeing them in the semifinals.